The wild swings on Wall Street are bringing a new flood of new traders into the market. Case in point, Charles Schwab reporting a record number of new brokerage accounts opening. But if you don't know what you're doing, you could get burned big time. Many of you know our next guest, and he has his own cautionary tale to tell. David Portnoy is founder of Barstool Sports. About a few weeks ago, he decided to take a crack at day trading. He put $3 million into an E-Trade account, and he's currently down about $600,000. Dave, welcome.
How are you?
I feel like we should play the sad trombone when I say that. Had you ever traded a stock before this?
I think I was a Twitter guy. So my first foray, I think I bought Twitter around 50 and then sold it around 18 and then watched it climb back up to 40. So I was 0 for 1 going into it.
Uh-huh. What's your what's in your portfolio right now, and how do you choose the stocks to go in there?
Yeah, so I'm flat right now. Today I was trading Shopify and Amazon all day. But basically I look for stocks because I put a lot of money into it. I look for stocks that have high volatility and that a lot of volume because I don't want to be like shaping the market. So I look for big stocks that a lot of people are trading a lot of.
So you mentioned 2 stocks today that you're in. Are you trading millions of dollars worth at a time?
Oh, yeah. I mean, so I'm learning a lot as I go. I will say I was down 1.2 million, so I'm hot right now. But with this margin thing, which I had no idea about, I'll have like $12 million in play most of the time.
Oh, so you're leveraging your $3 million into much more.
Yeah. Oh. Yes.
Wow, a guy who likes to take a challenge. All right. Davey Day Trader is the name that you have given yourself, and we do want to help you. I mean, this is called fast money. So we'll try and help you. We've got some questions that you can pose to our traders. So let's start. Class is in session, right, for trade school right now. And we got to start with Boeing here. Dave, apparently you got burned in this one. So
yeah, I hate Boeing. If I saw Boeing, I'd punch it in the face. Boeing has accounted for almost all of my losses. So I learned how to short. Like, I didn't really know you could do that. I think I shorted Boeing around 140. It went up to 170, 180. Forced me out. When I sold it, it fell all the way right back down to 140. I can't figure out day to day if anything has to do with why Boeing has such tumultuous rises and falls. Like, I know it's in the news, I read it, but I can't tie it to why it has these wild swings.
I think this is a very good question, Guy. I'm sure a lot of other traders out there are in this conundrum as well when it comes to Boeing. And right now we're in the land of federal bailout, so it's a different dynamic.
100% different dynamic. Thanks for being here. I was watching the 2014 draft last night, and everybody loved Johnny Manziel, and I was watching it, and I'm watching, the minutes go by into hours, and watching Manziel 4 to 22. So everybody loved him. They thought they were getting a bargain at 22, the Browns, and then we know what happened. I think that's exactly what's happening in Boeing now. I think everybody thinks they're getting a bargain at 135 until they report earnings at the end of the month, and I think Boeing's going to turn into the Johnny Manziel of the end of April. So I think you're right in terms of your thinking to short this thing. And I think it could again be a double-digit stock at the end of the month, Dave.
Karen, just quickly, your thoughts on Boeing and whether or not you see value there. You're a value investor.
I am, but it's hard to see anything there, right? You have so many macro issues, and then you have so many micro issues, right, with the 737 MAX. By the way, Mr. Portnoy, I did catch a few minutes of unboxing, so thanks for that. But you don't, one last thing, you don't need to make it back in the same place that you lost it. So if Boeing isn't working for you, you don't need to stick with it.
I'm done. People are sending me a lot of Boeing merch now, my unboxings, just to rub it in. People like to see me lose. That's the other thing I've learned, I hate financial Twitter. I've never seen so many know-it-alls. Nobody has ever lost on Twitter.
Welcome to our world, Davey Day Trader. Welcome to our world. You can burn all that Boeing stuff in effigy, right? You got a question on Microsoft. It's currently in your portfolio, Dave?
Yeah, so Microsoft and Shopify. This is one of the things. People always say I'm late, and I know Microsoft is way up and Shopify was way up. But, I still like it, and I still have done pretty well on it today. Like, today was a good day for me. So when things hit their all-time high, like a Shopify or, an Amazon, I still want to stay with it. Should you run away basically from a stock that is clearly at one of its high points, like those two right now?
I think that's a good question. There are a lot of names out there like that are more defensive stocks, Tim, that are at highs. So what do you do?
Yeah, Dave, you're very brave playing hurt right here. And with Microsoft, I think this is like an Original Six franchise that's come back and won the Stanley Cup. I mean, think about the Microsoft of old, and now it's back at the top of the heap. And it's kind of another metaphor. It's kind of like the athlete. It's like the Bryce Harper who's just signed a huge contract and the expectations are so high, and he has a decent year. But again, it's really where it's priced from. I think in Microsoft's case, you've got a company that largely in the current environment is playing defense. You've got a lot of cloud exposure. You've got Azure. You've got Microsoft 360. I think this is really just a function of that big contract it signed. It's expensive. But there's no question Microsoft is the guy you want to have in your team, and I would stay there.
We're running out of time, but I do want to get to the watch list, Dave, because you're wondering about Domino's. You'd like to buy this one?
Well, yeah, I'm a pizza guy, so I consider myself the #1 pizza expert in the world. I saw it was down today. I know the earnings came out; they beat earnings. I didn't totally get it. To me, pizza, that's recession-proof, that's corona-proof, that's everything-proof. Domino's seems like a no-brainer to me. I know it was high, but it's down today. I don't know why anyone wouldn't want to own Domino's right now. But bad pizza, by the way, great delivery company.
Steve Grasso, what do you tell Dave?
Dave, I think you're 100% spot on. The problem is in February it jumped 24%. So you have the right idea. Then it sold off with the overall market, rallied again. So I think everything is sort of in the news with Domino's. So there's a lot of people that are following that same thing. They're a great company, great pizza, great delivery. But at this point, I'm going to tell you to go back. You want a day trade? Trade Snap. It's a name that I'm long. This one's all over the map. It's a much cheaper stock than a Boeing, than a Domino's, and it trades like water. Get in there with your type of money. You can really have fun in Snap. I'm not guaranteeing you make any money, but it doesn't seem like you need to make any money on a day-to-day basis.
Well, I'll be in there tomorrow. You'll hear from me if it does not go well. You won't hear from me if I do well, but I'll be in Snap tomorrow.
If it does well, it's all your idea.